Hey there, Abiding fam! Welcome back to my channel and another bullet journal setup video. It seems like these always come out of nowhere, but obviously every month is just kind of moving along because that's the way time works. And if you've been a part of our Abiding family for a while, then you know that May is just not any other month for me. It is the month of the entire year of my life. It is the month that I am getting married, and I am so excited and so terrified and have so many emotions and feelings running throughout this small little frame of what I am. It's a lot. So needless to say, I am very excited for the month of May, and my bullet journal is going to be a much needed part of my routine as I'm prepping in those final weeks before the wedding. And so for sure this month I need my bullet journal to be set up in a very effective way, and so that's what we're going to get into today. But if you watched my April setup, then you know I was at the very final pages of my little yellow bullet journal here, and it has served me so well, but it is time to move on. But before we get into the new bullet journal, get rid of this one, though of course it'll be on the shelf so I can look back in memories, right? I want to tell you really quick about this video's sponsor, which is Skillshare. They were very kind to support my channel and everything we're doing here to help you explore your abiding creativity, and I'm really a fan of everything they're doing over on their platform to help creators like us who maybe don't have the means to take these crazy classes that cost hundreds of dollars, but are really interested and really love art and want to be able to explore their own creativity. And they really are, I believe, one of the best platforms to do that as a next step beyond YouTube. So you're already on the right track. You're here on YouTube trying to learn and explore your creativity, but if you're looking for that next step, I really recommend Skillshare. There are classes on illustrating your memories and on hand lettering and line drawing. So really anything that you see people in this community doing in their bullet journals, it's an art form that they had to learn somewhere. And you can learn it on Skillshare for the first 2 months for completely free. No strings attached, and see for yourself if it's something that you think would serve you, or if you're just somebody who's always thought about doing an online class in art but not sure what art you want to learn about, what is worth the investment, this is a great option where you can just explore all of the different art forms. But before you scurry over to Skillshare and check that out, stay right here and let's get into my bullet journal May setup. Alright fam, so here we are at my desk, and to address the elephant in the shot, I got henna this past weekend for my best friend's wedding, and so hopefully that's not too distracting. Speaking of weddings, I obviously discussed how May is our wedding month and we are very excited for it, and if you follow me on Instagram or check out my YouTube community posts, then you would have seen that I asked if you guys have any questions about our relationship or our upcoming marriage and our wedding, and thank you for those of you who reached out with your questions. I thought it would be fun to have Ben on here with me and we could address some of those questions as I set up May. But really quick first, let me tell you about my new bullet journal, which is a minimalism art journal again, but I decided to scale down in size. And I will talk about this a little bit more in an upcoming video that's going to be all about my new bullet journal setup. And hopefully that will be coming either next month or the following month because wedding and who knows what time I will have. But for now, let's get into my May setup, which is going to be lavender themed because that is kind of the main flower and sort of theme of our wedding is lavender and wildflowers, so I figured it would be the perfect theme for May in 2019. So as I set up, we are going to answer some of your questions, and I might interject just to comment a little bit on what I'm doing. But for the most part, we're just going to try and do this more podcast style and answer your questions. So, say hi, Ben.
Hey.
So, the first question is from Chelsea Drew on YouTube, and you actually asked this from my previous Q&A, but I don't think we answered it, which is how we met and what's our story. So, Ben, do you want to answer that?
Sure. Yeah, I'll take it. It's a long story full of heartbreak and betrayal and twists and turns and character development. No, I'm just kidding. It's I guess it's kind of boring, but it's how we met, so it's good. Basically, her mom and my brother worked together, and they were talking, as you do, and realized that they were talking about us, rather, and realized that we have a lot in common, and they decided to set us up on a date. And so we went on a date, and yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah, so essentially, they just told us about each other, and then I reached out to him, and we got to chatting. And then Nell79 on Instagram asked how long we've been dating, and in November, it'll be 5 years. So when he proposed in July, it was just under 4 years. So it was like a little over 3.5 years. And then Anastasia Christescu, I hope I said your name right, on YouTube, you had quite a few questions, and I really appreciate you reaching out with all of your inquiries. So you asked, do you think that God has put you together? And I'm very interested to hear Ben's kind of response to this.
Yeah, that is a good question. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think pretty much anything in life, any experience that we go through is, God can use in some way. And what bigger experience in your life than meeting the person that you're going to marry or marrying that person? I mean, so I think, yeah, like God definitely brought us together, and he's definitely helped me grow as a result of meeting and getting to know Kelsey Lee. And I'm excited to see what else he's going to teach me in the coming years.
Yeah, and I'll say, too, that obviously you guys know that I wasn't a Christian before I met Ben. And so I feel like God really used him to introduce me to God and the faith. And then basically, in my mind, Ben opened the door and then gave me the space to learn and walk through it. So definitely God played a big hand in us coming together. And then another question was, what is your favorite date? So what's your favorite date, Ben?
I'm excited to see how different our answers are. We like to go for walks in nature. We love to go for hikes. I know that's my favorite, just going on a long hike in the woods with you. And I think walking together is awesome because it kind of forces you to talk too, and it forces you to get to know each other better in a way that, watching Netflix or watching a movie or even going out to dinner, I don't think does, because you're forced to spend a lot of time together too. So, and it's a good workout.
Yeah, I agree with what he said. Basically, just any quality time that we can spend together in which we're actually able to be talking to each other and getting to know each other more, because I think you always get to know the person you're with, no matter how long you've been together, is really important. And really quick, I want to jump back to the bullet journal spread and just mention that Hello May, as you guys might be able to tell, I am doing totally in real time for you guys. So I hopefully this gives you an impression of how long hand lettering actually takes, because I know in a lot of our videos, you see it fast forwarded and people think, oh wow, they do it so well and so fast, and maybe I'm doing something wrong, and you're not. It takes a long time to hand letter, so I just want to point that out. And as you can see for this calendar layout, I am doing a vertical layout, which is a really nice way to do it when you don't have as much time to set up. So if this is a month where you are feeling a little bit strained on time, I definitely recommend a vertical layout. Okay, so back to the questions. Another question was, what do you love the most about each other? So, what do you love about me, Ben?
Honestly, the only thing that comes to mind right now is your hair. I mean, I think it's really pretty, and I mean, it's definitely what drew me to you, and it's what kept me. No, I'm just kidding. I do love your hair, but there are a lot of other things that I love about you. Probably the biggest thing is that you just have a good heart. You're a compassionate person in a world of a lot of self-centeredness. You're somebody who puts others first and, cares, which is awesome. And especially as it regards to me, like, you're just always building me up, and you're always expressing your love to me, which is just great. So yeah, definitely your heart. I know that's kind of a general cliche answer, but it's true.
It was very sweet. As for me, the thing I love most about Ben, though there are many, many things.
My muscles. My
Yes.
biceps.
Actually, that's a very fitting thing for you to be saying because I am currently creating the workout tracker for this month.
Look at
So
that.
it's
Perfect.
like it was planned, but it actually wasn't. No, the thing that I love most about you is probably, and I always struggle with how to explain this to people, but you have a contagious zest for life. You were just so enthusiastic about everything, and it can be the tiniest thing, like finding a salamander under a rock, for example, and he is
it's
just
not a tiny thing. It's a big deal.
Exactly, but everything simple and beautiful in life is a big deal to you, and I think that is just so special and beautiful, and it, like I said, is contagious, and you make everybody else love life and laughter as much as you do, and I certainly feel that whenever I'm with you. Okay, so the next question is, what's different about you when you met and you now? So I'll go first on this one, and for me, which again, fitting given the tracker that I'm currently creating, is I definitely feel like Ben has helped me to have a more active lifestyle because he is very much somebody who likes to always be outside and doing something and is a total extrovert and always wants to be on the go and doing something new. And so I really enjoy that aspect, in that I always enjoyed doing that stuff, but I didn't have somebody to do it with. And now that I have somebody to do it with, it makes me a lot more inclined to actually do those things that I do really enjoy doing. And obviously, I did mention as well that I found faith, which is, the biggest possible change that I think somebody can experience in life. And before I met him, I didn't have that. So definitely those two things are big changes in my life. And really quick before I let Ben answer, the pages that I'm currently creating are just big to-do lists. So obviously for my wedding, our wedding, my wedding.
Wow.
Sorry.
Oh my
Our
word.
wedding. And also just getting our home ready. I'm going to have a lot to do. We both will. And so I just want to have a total blank sheet essentially to write those to-dos down. So, okay, back to the question, Ben. What do you feel is different about you?
Oh, man, another cliche answer here, but I would just say that I'm more mature. Before I met you, I was kind of I just wanted to have fun. Was always looking for the next adventure, looking for, chance to have fun, hang out with the guys. Now, like, I feel like I have a lot more responsibility, but in a good way. Like, I'm accountable to you. Not just myself, and I think it's helped me grow as a person, as a man, and filling that role and stepping into that responsibility.
Yeah, that's great. So, 2 questions about the wedding. So the first is, what are your wedding colors and how did you choose them? And obviously, I talked about how lavender is one of our main flowers, and so that kind of is how I chose the colors, and you're looking at them as I create the spread. It's lavender and then also a sage green, and then we really want the flowers to be more just wildflowers, so there's going to be lots of pops of yellow and green and white as well. So those are our main colors. And then the other question
Wait,
was,
those are our colors for the wedding?
Yes, Ben, you knew that.
Wow. I don't think I did. I thought it was red and blue.
Oh gosh. Okay, so the next question is, are you doing anything special right before or on your wedding day?
Yeah, that's easy. Before, we're surviving. What could be more special than that? We're very busy, so just finalizing everything and doing that.
Yeah, that's why I need a bullet journal, everybody. All right, fam, so that's all the time we have. Obviously, I've finished the spread, so here's a quick flip through. I hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. If you want to see and hear from Ben more in upcoming videos, leave a comment down below so he knows that he has to do this again. And I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure you subscribe and, of course, give this video a big thumbs up. And with that, I hope your month is full of abiding joy, love,
and of course, creativity.
Bye, guys.